Welcome in, everybody. Hi, Sparkle Tree. Hi, Christina. Hi, Christina. Hi, Ian. Hi, JK. Hi, DW. Hi, Graveyard Shift. Hi, Deborah. Hi, Kayla. Hi, April. Sweet dreams. Hi, Brandy. Hi, Glinda. Hi, Justin. Hi, Ren. Hi, Phil. Hi, Everett C. Hi, Lady Rose. How's everybody's Wednesday? Hi, Lemons. Hi, JJ. Hi, Shells. All right, how's everybody's Wednesday? Hi, Sabrina. Did you, Brandy? Yum. That sounds good. Welcome in, everybody. If you guys could do me a favor, if you could hit that share arrow in the bottom right-hand corner. There's a yellow circle with 2 arrows chasing each other that says repost. And that puts my live into your friends' FYPs. And it helps us grow this beautiful porch. Hi, Kim. And if you guys would like, feel free to start typing in your story requests in all capital letters. And I will write them down so we can vote. Happy Wednesday. And thank you to those of you who, Christina, who joined me today on our Witchy Wednesday hike outdoors. It was a lot of fun, but I'm actually tired because I did 2 different Witchy Wednesday lives today and then this one. And I realized once I got back to my car that I hiked around for almost 2 hours. So thanks, Ian. Yeah, it was fun. That's how my lives used to be outdoors on Saturdays last summer. But yeah, after I looked at because it tells me how long I was live when I was done, and I was live for almost 2 hours. I was like, damn, no wonder I'm tired now. So thanks for everybody who joined me. And okay, I got Christina's request. Hi, James. The St. Patrick's Day story, the Clover Door. Oh, that's okay, Kim. Do you get recordings of mine I think I have it set to for you to get recordings of mine. If not, I can send it to you. You can watch it. It's not that entertaining. Okay, good, Kim. That's what I thought. Hi, Rhyme. Hi, Lovely. Hi, Lily. Nice, Kayla. Yeah, I love those stories too. Hi, Chelsea. Yes, Lily, I'm seeing your request. Thank you, alumni. That's really sweet of you. Welcome in. Hi, Raver. Hi, Priscilla. Oh, I already asked Lovely. Hi, Michelle. Wait, Lovely, what's WE? Michelle, that one's called The Curious Camera. I wrote it down for you, Michelle. Oh, I got you, lovely. You got it right. You were right. It was Nakoma. Thanks for bringing in your friends, Lily. Of course, Michelle. I'm proud of you, lovely. You're so cute. And thank you for answering questions, lovely. I appreciate it. Hi, Lorna. Hi, Lauren. Hi, JK. Welcome in, everybody. If you're new here, my name is Devin, and this is Porch Lore. And I tell spooky bedtime stories to help you relax your nervous system and fall asleep. And I am here every single night at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time until about 1 in the morning. Hi, Lilith. And if you guys could do me a big favor while I set up the first poll for us to vote, if you could hit that share arrow in the bottom right-hand corner. There's a yellow circle with 2 arrows chasing each other that says repost. And that puts my live into your friends' FYPs, and it helps us share out this beautiful porch of ours. Also, just a fair warning, I'm definitely going to lose my voice tonight. I usually lose my voice on Wednesdays towards the end of the night, but I already feel like I am because I was outside in my Witchy Wednesday live today for 2 hours in super pollen as all the cottonwood was flying into my face, literally on the live. So, yeah, so I'll probably lose my voice earlier than usual tonight. I'll try not to, but yep. Oh, I was in the wilderness. So just a fair warning on Wednesdays. Oh, I feel fine. It's just on Wednesdays, my voice, it's the kind of voice I have. It just can't hold up for that. I can't just like talk for 6 hours. You know what I mean? Like straight pretty much. Like, and I have a low raspy voice anyway. So I have always had a tendency to lose it since I was a little kid. So Lady Lord, you meant lore, but Lord is even funnier, Lily. Yeah, I feel okay. It's just, it's a thing that happens on Wednesdays, especially because I go live twice. But today I went live 3 times. So I just, I already just can feel that I'm going to lose my voice. But anyway, if you guys, thank you, Graveyard Shift. If you guys could do me a favor, you're so kind. And thank you guys for the cozy cryptids. And thank you. Oh my God, Graveyard Shift. Thank you for the onsen capybara. That's my favorite gift. The little towels on his ears are so damn cute. I cannot handle it. Hi, Michaela. Yeah, no, I went live twice today, lovely. I did my earlier one at the house, at my house, and then I was like, I'll do an outdoor one, and then I went and did a 2-hour outdoor one. Oh, that's interesting. I do throat coat, which helps me a lot, but on Wednesdays it just doesn't really help. But that's a good idea. I'll have to try that. Thanks, Rocky. Hi, I hope you had fun. Love you. Hi, Michaela. Hope you have fun. Okay, guys. So if you could share it out, repost it, all the fun things. And if you're on Twitch or YT, I'm not really sure how you share it out, but feel free if you want to. That would be great. And I'll be right back with the first poll for us to vote. Welcome in, everybody. I'm just setting up the poll and it says it's under review, which is so annoying. So welcome in. If you're new here, my name is Devin and this is Porch Lore. I tell spooky bedtime stories to help you relax your nervous system and fall asleep. Hi, TR. And I am here every single night at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time until about 1 in the morning. Thank you, Michelle. That was cute. Lauren, thank you for the capybara swimming. Hi, Simone. Hi, Gigi. Thank you for the cozy cryptids. Lily, thanks for the populars. Deborah, thanks for the drum roll. That's a cool one. That's a new one, huh? Okay, you guys, my poll was approved. Once I didn't put the word spear finger in there, so I changed it to S finger. Okay, because I just took a guess that maybe it doesn't like the word spear. I know, it's so annoying. No, it's the word spear that it doesn't like. Because it's like weapon alert. I'm AI weapon. Hi, Brian. So I took it out and I put S finger because that's the best I can do. And this app is just really... So you guys can vote in the top left-hand corner. In the blue box. Give me 1 second. I don't know why these aren't moving. There we go. Okay. We have the Reeves vampires. We have S finger. Spear finger. We have Curious Camera, which is an Are You Afraid of the Dark reworking. We have The Ancestors Calling. And we have The Tale of the Bell Witch. Hi, Simone. We have the Reeves vampires. We have Spearfinger. We have the Curious Camera. We have the Ancestors Calling, and we have the Bell Witch. And the winner is the Tale of the Curious Camera. I know, Christina. What happened? S-finger? Christina, oh no. Thank you, Sparkle Tree. Submitted for the approval of the Porch Palace Society. This is the tale of the Curious Camera. It began with a click that no one else remembered hearing. The sound came from a rented office suite on the 3rd floor of a municipal building, temporarily converted into a corporate portrait studio for the annual renewal of employee identification badges. The space had been stripped of personality, reduced to neutral backdrops and folding lights designed to move people through efficiently and without friction. One by one, adults stepped forward, stood beneath the lights, and were reduced to images small enough to fit on plastic cards. Faces flattened, expressions standardized, individuality compressed into data. Matthew Dorney waited his turn at the back of the room. At 42, he had learned how to occupy space without disturbing anything. He worked in compliance auditing, a profession that rewarded invisibility. He spoke rarely in meetings. And his name was often forgotten within hours of being introduced. Emails addressed to him were routinely sent to the wrong Matthew. He had spent years cultivating the ability to go unnoticed, believing it to be a kind of armor. It had never occurred to him that invisibility could be something else entirely. When Matthew stepped beneath the lights, the photographer adjusted nothing. No posture corrections, no reminders, no encouragement. The lens lifted, the shutter snapped. The flash came late, just enough out of rhythm to feel wrong. Matthew returned to his desk with the faint sensation that something had been misplaced, though he couldn't say what. Thank you, Lily. The rest of the day passed without incident, yet the feeling followed him home. A subtle pressure behind the eyes, like a word on the tip of the tongue that refused to surface. It wasn't until he received the photograph that the unease sharpened into something real. The background appeared more present than he was, as though the camera had prioritized the empty space behind him over the subject standing directly in front of it. So Matthew returned to the studio the following day. The photographer worked alone. The equipment scattered throughout the room was outdated, analog, clearly well used. Chemical stains marked the counters, and the air carried the sharp tang of old developer fluid. The photographer examined the image and showed no concern. The photograph, he said, accurately reflected what had been captured. When Matthew pressed the issue, the photographer offered an alternative. Not a replacement image, and not a refund. Instead, he retrieved a camera from the back of the studio. It was heavy, mechanical, and decades old. Its casing bore some deep scratches, and its lens was thick and slightly clouded. It was not a collector's item, it was a tool that had been used extensively and then set aside. Matthew accepted it without really understanding why. That night, the camera sat on his kitchen table, its presence dominating the room. He told himself it was curiosity, not obligation, that compelled him to load the film. Thank you, Lauren. He reminded himself that coincidences happen all the time. The first photograph was of something mundane. A ceramic mug resting beside the sink. Thank you, Nikki. When the film developed, a thin fracture appeared along the mug's side. Minutes later, the mug split apart with a sharp crack, collapsing into pieces as though struck from within. Matthew decided not to photograph anything else that night. In the days that followed, he tested the camera cautiously. Each photograph preceded an outcome. A ceiling light flickered and shattered after being captured on film. A stair railing loosened after appearing in the background of an image. A parked car developed a sudden mechanical failure within hours of being photographed. None of the incidents were catastrophic, but they always aligned with the camera's gaze. As the pattern emerged, so did something else. A shape began appearing in the photographs. At first, he registered it as a trick of light, a smudge near the edge of the frame, a shadow that didn't correspond to any physical object. But as Matthew continued, the shape persisted, and it grew more consistent and more deliberate in every picture. It never appeared directly, always in the margins, always watching. Matthew stopped photographing public spaces, and he stopped photographing people. He told himself that the influence could be contained, managed, controlled. But control was never part of the design. The incidences escalated. Objects that he had photographed days earlier failed unexpectedly. Near misses started to accumulate. Then Matthew began to notice gaps in his own perception, moments that he couldn't account for, time slipping forward without transition. The photographs started to change, and the shadow moved closer to the center of each frame. Matthew had had enough, so he returned to the photography studio, and the space was empty. No equipment, no signage. Thank you, TR. No record of occupancy. The building manager confirmed that the room had been unused for months. The photographer had never existed in any official capacity. The camera, however, remained. And then Matthew realized the device had not introduced something into his life. It had revealed something already present. The camera didn't create harm. It translated intent into consequence. In a final attempt to sever connection, Matthew turned the camera inward. The act felt inevitable, as though the device had been waiting for that all along. The shutter snapped, and the camera failed. Its internal mechanism collapsed, and its lens fractured. The shadow vanished from the final image. And then the incident stopped, and life resumed its quiet rhythm. Matthew returned to work. He attended meetings. And he existed in rooms now, like he never had before, because he was no longer going to be invisible. And that's the tale of the curious camera. Thank you, Archangelo, and thank you, Matt. Thank you, Kathy. That's so pretty. I love that one. Well, like I said, Lily, there's a lot of new stories to you and to everybody, and I made a giant list that's available on the Discord. If people would just look at it and request them. Because the Discord list also includes all of the Are You Afraid of the Dark reworkings, like that one. Like that one. Oh my God, Shannon, I love it. So what's your favorite one so far? I love that, Shannon. But I'm sad it wouldn't help you fall asleep. Right, Christina? I love that one. It's called The Star Map of Polaris. It's one of my favorite gifts. Isn't it so pretty? Brandy, I hadn't either until they made me get one for the group stuff. And it's actually good. It's a good thing for like group. It's like a giant group chat. That's basically what it is. It's like a giant group chat where we can share stuff with each other. It's like a giant chat room. It's just a group. Like you can join each person's, and then it's just like all the porch pals. And so we can like share stuff that whatever we feel like with each other. It's like a giant group chat. Yeah, it's pretty handy. And that's all it is. It's basically just like we share pictures of our pets, our food, the merch that people get, spooky things they see. I share the story list, that kind of stuff. Happy birthday, Archangelo. I didn't know that. Oh, I had to take it off for the last story because sometimes both don't fit. There it is. Thank you, Justin. And Justin shared the Discord link in here somewhere. Yeah, Glinda, I had never used either, and I'm not very good at it. Lovely said she'd help me, and Tommy helped me make it. I did not even set it up because I couldn't even like. But it's really not that hard. It's just weird. It's just very analog. It's very like old school. Tequila said if I as an old can Discord, anyone can. Anyway, Discord is what we're supposed to say. Discord. So guys, welcome in. If you're new here, my name is Devin, and this is Porch Lore. And I tell spooky bedtime stories to help you relax your nervous system and fall asleep. And I am here every single night at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time until about 1 in the morning. And I do write and record all these stories myself. And if you like them, you can listen to them whenever you would like on my YT channel, as well as all of the podcast streaming sites. Hi, Trisha. Brittany, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the porch. So give me a second to set up the next poll, and I will be right back so we can vote on the next story. Thank you, Trisha. God, I love the capybara gifts so much. They make my heart so happy. Okay, guys, the next poll is ready. Thank you for the onsen capybara, Trish. God, I love that one. Oh my gosh, look at him with his little watch. He's so cute. Thank you. Jungle Blitzy. But the onsen capybara, did you guys see his buns? I can't handle the buns. It's so cute. The little towel buns on his ears are like the cutest. I can't. Hi, Jade. Amy, thank you for the cozy cryptids. Okay, guys, the poll is ready. We have the Bell Witch, the Reeves Vampires, the Flatwoods Monster, the Goat Man, and Spearfinger. You can vote in the blue box in the top left-hand corner, and you can vote up to 50 times. Hi, Butterfly. How are you? Hi, Sue. And you can vote for more than one story at a time. And if you are not on TT and you have a preference for which story you'd like to hear, feel free to let us know, and one of us will try to get it voted for. Also, Christina says redemption for Spearfinger, for S-Finger. Jade. I'll put it in the requests. And the Reeves Vampires are the winner. Nikki, thank you for the capybara with song. If they don't have sound, you might want to swipe out and come back. It happens to me all the time when I'm listening with earbuds. I don't know why, but I think TT disconnects your earbuds. So it happens to me all the time in Kim's live, and I have to swipe out and come back in because there's no sound. It's really quite annoying. Oh, thanks for the corn, Amy. Thanks for the capybara, Queen Cece. Thank you, Jade. Oh, Jade sent more corn. Oh, good, Brandy. TikTok's been going through some things, and we're all sick of it. Like, we're all so sick of it. Aw, Queen, that's so cute. Your puppy learned that this music means bedtime. That's really adorable. All right, quick swig, and I'll be right back with the tale of the Reeves vampires. Feel free to hit that repost button for me, guys. Hit that share arrow in the bottom right-hand corner. And then there's a little yellow circle with 2 arrows chasing each other that says repost. Christina, because you know me and you know how dorky I am. And that puts my live into your friends' FYPs. Also, sharing it out into your stories helps too. Hi, Queen Lakota. How are you, cutie? Oh, you have a black kitty named Anubis. Oh, yeah, I'm such a cat whisperer. People's cats love my voice. That's like a common reaction is people say their cats all come when they hear my voice, and I love that because I feel the same way about cats. When I see a cat, I come running too. To feelings mutual. You're requesting chomps from here on out. The chomps go with the corn gift. So when I get the corn gift, I do corn chomps. Hi, Don. Oh, we got corn. There you go, Christina. Everybody's doing it now. I know. Nikki said all that for a penny. I am good, Don. Christina said I can't breathe. Jump, 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 jump. Jump, 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 jump. Justin said tell the story in chomps. No. Submitted for the approval of the Porch Palace Society. This is the tale of the Reeves vampires. There's a story in Dayton that's been passed down for generations. A tale whispered in darkened rooms and shared over late-night campfires. It's the kind of story that feels too strange to be true, but too eerie to ignore. It begins with the Reeves family, one of Dayton's most prominent lineages, and it ends with a mysterious stranger named Dorian Blackwood. The Reeves family, long-standing residents of Dayton, were known for their deep roots in the community. Their lineage traced back generations, with ancestors who had settled in the area during its early development. The family was large, with numerous branches and connections throughout the region. They were respected members of society, involved in various local businesses and social circles. The Reeves family had been part of Dayton's history since the beginning. They were one of those families that seemed blessed with everything: wealth, influence, and an enviable sense of mystique. Their sprawling Victorian mansion, perched on a hill just outside the city, was as much a landmark as it was a fortress of privacy. However, as with many old families, there were whispers. Some claimed the Reeves had made a pact with dark forces, trading their souls for eternal youth. Others believed the family carried a rare genetic anomaly that gave them striking features and longevity. Some spoke of an unusual resilience, a certain vitality that defied the passage of time. Elders of the Reeves family often lived well into their 90s, maintaining sharp minds and robust health. While such longevity could be attributed to good genetics or a healthy lifestyle, the superstitious townsfolk began to speculate about a darker origin. And a more sinister theory emerged. one that connected them to an ancient cursed bloodline, perhaps even tied to vampirism. You'd hear it in passing at the market or over coffee at the local diner. And these murmurs were further fueled by the family's aversion to public gatherings during the day. While they were very active in the community, attending events and supporting local causes, it was noted that they preferred mostly to attend evening engagements. Their large ancestral home had heavy drapes that were often drawn during daylight hours, casting the interior in perpetual twilight. Such peculiar behavior, though, easily explained by personal preference, but still became the breeding ground for more sinister interpretations. Despite the rumors, the Reeves kept to themselves, attending only the most exclusive gatherings and rarely mingling with the general public. Their avoidance of daytime events didn't go unnoticed, nor did their penchant for hosting elaborate evening soirees that lasted well into the night. Those lucky enough to attend their parties often described the mansion as otherworldly. With its labyrinth halls lit by dim chandeliers and windows perpetually cloaked by heavy velvet drapes. The Reeves parties were legendary, but they were also unsettling, filled with strange rituals, cryptic conversations, and a sense of something unspoken lingering in the air. Things took a dark turn in the late 19th century. Around the time Dorian Blackwood appeared in Dayton, nobody knew where he came from. One day he was just simply there, renting an old decaying mansion on the outskirts of town. Dorian was the kind of man you couldn't ignore. He had a presence that commanded attention. Tall, pale, and impeccably dressed in the finest European fashions. His dark eyes seemed to see straight through you. Dorian quickly became the subject of town gossip. He, too, was rarely seen during the day, venturing out only after sunset to walk the cobblestone streets or visit the library, where he pored over ancient texts and historical records. Some said he was a scholar or perhaps an eccentric collector of forgotten knowledge. Others speculated that he was a fugitive, hiding from something or someone. It wasn't long before Dorian crossed paths with the Reeves. Whether by chance or by design, he became a frequent guest at their evening gatherings. The Reeves seemed to welcome him with open arms, and soon he was a fixture in their inner circle. But his presence didn't sit well with everyone. The few townsfolk who'd had dealings with Dorian described feeling an unexplainable unease in his presence, as if he carried darkness with him that couldn't be ignored. Around this time, strange events began to take place in Dayton. Livestock were found dead, drained of blood. Residents reported waking up with inexplicable puncture marks on their necks, feeling weak and disoriented. The local doctor, baffled by these cases, could offer no medical explanation, and whispers of vampires spread like wildfire. And the Reeves family's connection to Dorian only fueled the paranoia. One particularly chilling account came from a young maid who worked in the Reeves mansion. She claimed to have seen Dorian in the dead of night standing by a window and gazing out in the moonlight gardens. His reflection, she swore, was absent from the glass. She left her position at the house the next day, refusing to set foot in that mansion ever again. The situation reached a breaking point when a prominent local woman known for her charity work was found dead in her home. Her body was pale and lifeless with faint marks on her neck. The townspeople were in an uproar, demanding answers and pointing fingers. And suspicion fell squarely on Dorian. But when a mob gathered to confront him at his mansion, they found it abandoned. Dorian had vanished without a trace, leaving behind only unanswered questions and a growing sense of dread. In the aftermath, the Reeves family retreated further into isolation. Their parties ceased, and their once vibrant presence in Dayton faded into obscurity. The mansion, once a symbol of their prominence, became a dark and silent place. Over time, the Reeves numbers dwindled, and by the mid-20th century, the family line seemed to have all but disappeared. The mansion itself fell into disrepair, its grandeur replaced by decay and overgrowth. But the story doesn't end there. Decades later, urban explorers and paranormal enthusiasts began investigating the old Reeves mansion, and what they found only added to the legend. Photographs taken inside the house revealed strange orbs of light and shadowy figures that couldn't be explained. EVP recordings captured faint whispers, and some people reported feeling an overwhelming sense of dread. One particularly eerie discovery was a journal found in the mansion's old library. Its pages, brittle with age, contained cryptic writings about bloodlines, immortality, and rituals conducted under the light of the full moon. While the journal's authenticity remains a topic of debate, its content reignited interest in the Reeves family and their connection to Dorian Blackwood. As for Dorian, his fate remains a mystery. Some believed he moved on to another town, continuing his enigmatic existence elsewhere. Others think he met a darker end, perhaps at the hand of those who sought to stop him. And then there are those who whisper that he never left Dayton at all, and that he's still there, lurking in the shadows, waiting for the right moment to emerge once more. And that's the tale of the Reeves vampire. Hi, Cats and Coffee. Hi, Lady Rose. Thank you, Don. Okay, you guys, the next poll is ready. Thank you, Fat Bottom Girl. I love that. Thank you. He's so cute. And thank you, Don, for the cozy cryptids. All right, you guys, the next poll is ready. We have the Bell Witch. We have the Deer Woman. He's so cute, right? We have the Hide Behind featuring Jade. We have the Wrong Turn. And we have the Clover Door. And you can vote in the blue box in the top left-hand corner if you're on TT. And you can vote up to 50 times, and you can vote for more than one story. We have the Bell Witch, the Deer Woman, the Hide Behind, the Wrong Turn, and the Clover Door. Who's it gonna be? Hi, Karen. and Wrong Turn 1. And just a reminder for everybody saying that this is a new story for you, I do have over 100 stories, and there is a list on the Discord, and they are all available in a playlist on my YT channel. So you guys are more than welcome to request more than the usual 8 that get requested every day. So if you would like to hear newer stories, please feel free to check out that list and request different ones. Be right back, quick swig, and I will change it out. Oh, we're so glad you're here too, Emily. Welcome to the porch. Also, welcome in everybody. If you are new here, my name is Devin, and this is Porch Lore. And I tell spooky bedtime stories to help you relax your nervous system and fall asleep. And I am here every night at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time until about 1 in the morning. And if you guys could do me a big favor while I switch to the next story, if you guys could hit that share arrow in the bottom right-hand corner. And if you've already done it, you can redo it. Undo it and redo it. It helps with the algorithm. There's a yellow circle with 2 arrows chasing each other that says repost. And that puts my live into your friends' FYPs, and it really helps us grow this beautiful porch. Also, tapping on the screen helps a lot, and typing in keywords in the chat throughout the night about what the live is about helps immensely. Things like, are you afraid of the dark? Goosebumps. Spooky bedtime stories, paranormal, supernatural, goat man, mothman, Sasquatch, Bigfoot, ASMR, anything like that helps us get the right people in here too. Helps us continue to grow. Also, I do write all of these stories and record them myself. So if you'd like to listen to them when I'm not live, you can listen to them on my YT channel as well as all of the podcast streaming sites. If you look for Porch Lore, you will find me. And all the links are in my bio. And I will be right back with the tale of the wrong turn outside Nakoma. Thanks, Christina. Good one, Lily. Thank you, Shannon. Thank you, Omar. Hi, Auntiana. How are you, cutie? Lisa, really? Yeah. West Virginia. Welcome in, Lisa. I'm doing well, Auntiana. The heart me has pigtails now. Thank you, April. Welcome in, Eric. Omar, I don't know how to answer that question. I'm just gonna leave that one. I'm just gonna leave that one be. Oh, time. That's not what I was thinking the answer. Time. That's a good one. It's not what I was thinking. Shannon. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that. Thanks, Robin. I had fun too. It was a lot of fun. Omar. Yeah, I was like, without a mouth. Oh, wait, what? Hold on. Yes, Justine, I wrote all these stories. Also, I feel like we should go on a tapathon. You know how like 2 Chainz goes on a trapathon? I feel like we could go on a tapathon. Hair weave killer on a tapathon. Right? We could do that. Oh, thank you, Monique. That's so wild, Matt. And by heavily researched, lovely means I literally don't sleep and I'm like a crackhead on my phone in the middle of the night looking up lore at 4 a.m. Submitted for the approval of the Porch Pal Society. This is the tale of the wrong turn outside Nakona. And yes, Lovely's correct. If you see me commenting while I'm reading the stories, that is in fact me commenting too. I'm doing all the things at the same time. Oh my God, Fat Bottom Girl, thank you for the poetry score. I love that book. It's so cute. Eric, thank you for the roses. Thank you, Eric. Have you ever taken a wrong turn that changes your life? I'm not talking a metaphorical one, like marrying the wrong guy or choosing the wrong major. I mean a literal wrong turn. A single swerve off the highway that takes you somewhere you were never meant to go. That happened to me in the spring of 2021. I had been on the road almost 9 hours, hauling antique furniture from an estate auction in Kansas down to a collector in Fort Worth. I was alone. My business partner Miranda had opted to stay behind and finish up paperwork. Honestly, I didn't mind. I like driving. It clears my head, or at least it used to. Thank you, Pittsburgh Penny. Gem gun, thank you. My GPS was set for the fastest route, but right around dusk, the app lit up with a red warning. Wreck on I-35. Three-hour delay. I groaned, I hit reroute, and I took the suggested exit toward a back road near Nakona, Texas. 2-lane blacktop, no traffic. Lined with fence posts and the kind of wide open ranch land that makes you feel like you're on the edge of the world. Oh my God, Megs. Megs, what was that? Oh my God, Megs, I've never even seen that. Wow, and that one lasted a long time. That was called Skydrift. Meg, you made it? A mashup? Wow. It was called Skydrift. That lasted that was so cool. Thank you, Meg. That was so cool. Christina, I'll take a screenshot and send it to you when I'm done. 2-lane blacktop, no traffic, lined with fence posts and the kind of wide open ranch land that makes you feel like you're on the edge of the world. At first, I was grateful. The detour was beautiful and peaceful. Wide open spaces. I passed a couple of rusted windmills and what looked like a long abandoned filling station. The road curved through some low hills, and I didn't see another car for 45 minutes. Then the pavement turned to gravel. I slowed down, but the GPS still insisted this was the route. It said I was only 25 minutes from the highway again. So I kept going, crunching along a narrow stretch of road, hemmed in by thick mesquite trees and barbed wire. Then the gravel turned to dirt. Not a smooth, well-used farm road. No, this was rutted, sun-baked red clay, with patches of standing water from a recent storm. Thanks, Kim. I love you. I probably should have turned around, but my van had good clearance and I'd driven worse in Mississippi. So I told myself it was fine. I told myself a lot of things that trip that weren't true. About 5 miles in, I saw a sign. It was old, wooden, and barely legible. And in faded white paint, hanging sideways on one chain read, Reverend's Hollow, 1 mile. It looked like it had been there for 50 years at least. I paused and I took a picture of it for Miranda. She loves weird Americana stuff. And then I kept driving. The trees got thicker after that. And the light disappeared faster than it should have. 1 minute it was golden hour glow. And the next it was dim gray, like someone had turned down a switch on the sun. So I flipped on my headlights. About a minute later, my cell signal vanished. Not low, not weak, just gone. SOS signal at the top. I remember laughing, nervous, stupid laughter. Oh my God, he's so cute. Stop it. That was so cute. Thanks, Jess. I hit the brakes, pulled over, and I looked around. That was so cute the way he looked at the map. The woods were close now. Thick trunks, dead leaves, no wind and no birdsong. It felt heavy, like the air itself was holding its breath. I wasn't lost, technically. The road was still there, but I couldn't shake the feeling that I had crossed into somewhere that I wasn't supposed to be. I drove another half mile, and that's when I saw the buildings, if you could call them that. They were clustered in a clearing up ahead, maybe 4 or 5 of them, all made of gray, weather-worn wood. No power lines, no cars, no movement. It looked like a ghost town, and not the charming tourist kind, just the forgotten kind. But then I noticed something strange. There were no roofs. All the buildings were missing their roofs. Just hollow shells with sagging walls, leaning into each other, like they were trying to collapse. And there were symbols scorched into the wood. Charred circles, crude stick figures, and runes that I didn't recognize. One looked like an upside-down triangle. I drove past slowly, watching with my windows up. And then I saw the first shadow figure. It was standing in the doorway of what used to be a church. At least, I think it was a church. The figure was tall and thin, but not in a sickly way, in like an unnatural way. Like it had been stretched out. I couldn't make out the face. It was turned slightly, like it was watching me from the corner of its eye. I pressed the gas pedal to the floor and I didn't stop until I was well past the clearing. I glanced in my rearview mirror and I nearly drove off the road. There were more of them, more shadow figures, all standing in a loose line at the edge of the woods, watching the road. I don't remember much of the next few minutes, just panic. Just the sound of my own breath and the gravel hitting the undercarriage of the van. The dirt road twisted once more, and then, I swear to God, it ended. It just ended. No warning signs, no cul-de-sac, no turnaround, just a dead end. Thank you, Jess. Thank you, Crafter. I slammed the brakes and the van skidded sideways and stopped inches from a ditch. I was shaking now and my hands were slick on the wheel. I threw it in reverse and I spun around. And that's when I saw the girl. She was standing in the middle of the road, wearing a white cotton dress, dirty at the hem. Long dark hair, bare feet. Her head was tilted just a little, and her arms were stiff at her side. She didn't move. She didn't even blink. So, I honked at her, and nothing. I rolled the window down, and I told her that I needed to get through. She didn't speak. She just pointed behind me. I didn't look. I couldn't bear to. I backed the van into a narrow path that I hadn't seen before. A trail barely wide enough for a lawnmower, let alone a Ford Transit. But it was that or try to pass through her. The branches slapped against the sides, scraped the paint. The van creaked, but I kept going. 10 minutes later, I was back on gravel, and then I was finally on pavement. Then somehow, miraculously, I found my way back to the main road. And then just like magic, my GPS blinked back to life like nothing had ever happened. The map refreshed and the highway was only 10 minutes ahead now. I never told anybody the full story. I just said that the route was hell and I had hit some brush. But I did Google the name Reverend's Hollow, and I found exactly one article from 1978. A small town paper out of Montague County ran a blurb about an isolated religious sect that vanished after a fire. The cult had built a tiny compound in the woods outside Nakona and refused all contact with the outside world. The locals called them the Hollow Ones. and it was said that they worshipped something that lived beneath the trees. The fire ended up burning down the entire compound. But somehow no bodies were ever recovered, no remains, no bones. Just a message scratched into a scorched wall of the chapel that said, "We are not gone. We are waiting." And at the very bottom of the article, there was a photograph, black and white and blurry, and it showed 5 figures standing in the woods. One of them looked like a tall man in a preacher's coat. Another was that small girl in a white dress. And the one in the center, towering over the rest, was a dark shadow that had no face. And that's the tale of the wrong turn outside Nakona. Lovely. Oh my gosh, Megs. Oh my gosh. What if that Ferris wheel was real? Can you imagine? That would be lovely, wouldn't it? God, that was cute. It was a donut. It was a donut Ferris wheel. Oh my God. That's my kind of ride too, Kat. Yum, yum. Delicious and cute. There you go, Yanni. Corn chop. Chomp, 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 chomp. I love you more. Good night, Yanni. Sweet dreams. Good night, Sam. Kim, you're cackling. Well, Christina is like my bestie from high school, and she's like, I don't know why that makes me laugh so hard. I'm like, because you know how weird I really am, and it's funny because this is literally who I am. Like, and she knows it, and she's cracking up about it. Lovely. I don't think any of my stories are set in cornfields. I don't believe they are. It's a good point. Thanks, Mary. Not yet. If you're new here, welcome in. My name is Devin, and this is Porch Lore, and I tell spooky bedtime stories to help you relax your nervous system and fall asleep. Jade. And I am here every night at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time until about 1 in the morning. And yes, here we go, guys. Jade, in my story, The Hide Behind, I hurt Jade's foot. Now, Jade's foot is actually hurt, and she had to go to the doctor, and her Achilles tendon is messed up, and she doesn't know how, and she thinks I did it from witchcraft. So, the stories come to life because I write them on the dream machine, Jade. Because I wrote it on the dream machine. Mwah. Okay, I'll be right back, you guys. I'm going to set up the next poll for us to vote for the next story. And thank you for the follow. Welcome to the porch. And yes, so Moto B, yeah, manifested it. Yeah. So, note to self, I'm not letting any of my friends get hurt in stories anymore. Right? I know. Can I write a scary story where I win $1 million too? Gabby, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the porch. All right, you guys, I'll be right back with the next poll. Oh my God. Shannon, what did he just do to those mushrooms? That was so cute. What did he do with the mushrooms? All right, you guys, the next poll is ready. We have the hide behind where I hurt Jade's foot. Thank you, Deborah, for the cozy cryptids. We have the Bell Witch, which is the new story of the week featuring the Spooky Boogies. We have the Fresno Nightcrawlers, the creepy pajama pants, or creepy, what did Kim call them? Creepy stockings? Haunted pantaloons or something? Haunted, what did she call them? Silk stockings. We have the Boo Hag, featuring Yaya. And we have the Natchez Trace Spirits, featuring Leslie. And Spooky Silk Stockings, that's right. And you guys can vote in the blue box in the top left-hand corner. You can vote up to 50 times a piece. And you can vote for more than one story. Who's it gonna be? Well, sorry, Anna. I guess you'll have to go to the YT channel then, where there isn't any corn munching. Good night, Lorna. Sweet dreams. See you in the morning. Oh my god, you guys, is Blitzy a witch? Oh my god, I've never seen Blitzy as a witch. Oh, hubby said, I love the spooky girl's voice and her stories are good, but you gotta wear your buds. Okay, so tell your husband that he needs to go to the YG channel. You have an Achilles tendon injury too? Damn. I cannot handle Blitzy as a witch. That was so cute. Catmandu, thank you. And Amy, thank you for the lights. Yeah, Anna, tell hubby he's got to go to the YT then. Sorry. We corn munch. Oh my god, he was so cute. Blitzy the witch. He was so cute. What a little cute witch. He's a little Blitzy wizard witch. Why couldn't you vote, Priscilla? Thank you for the rock cats, Jess. Oh my god, that's so cute. You got the earbuds in, he's already half asleep. Oh my god, that's hilarious. Your poor husband. Tell him sorry, crunch crunch. Fat Bottom Girl, drum roll, thanks. Oh, Fat Bottom Girl sent 25 corn chomps. Okay. No button, Priscilla, that's really weird. That's really bizarre. All right, and the winner is the Natchez Trace Spirits. I don't know if Leslie's still awake, but she'd be excited that her story won. All right, you guys, grab a beanbag chair, grab a hammock, sit back and relax. Check out the beautiful shooting stars in the sky, and welcome to the porch. Happy Wednesday. If you're new here, my name is Devin, and this is Porch Lore. And I tell spooky bedtime stories to help you relax your nervous system and fall asleep. Yeah, Jade, that's the right Leslie. I am here every single night at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time until about 1 in the morning. And I do write all these stories myself and record them. And if you would like to hear them when I'm not live, you can listen to them on my YT channel or any of the podcast streaming sites. Just look for Porch Lore and you'll find me. Hi, First Light. Good night, Lily. See you tomorrow. Sweet dreams. Thanks, Jade. He calls me Spooky Girl. That's so funny. I like that title. Silly Tilly, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the porch. Quick swig, and I will be right back with the tale of the Natchez Trace Spirits. Oh, thanks, Sparkle Tree. And user, I would love it too. Thank you, Melly, for all the cozy cryptids. Ooh, I just saw lightning. I'm about to get a big storm. And Stardust. Are you talking about this song? Which song? Wait, what cryptid song? Oh my god, look at the cat band. Why are they so cute? Michelle. They're so cute. You're from North Dakota? I want to hear some North Dakota lore. Oh, this song? Yeah, it's definitely... We talk about it every night. We're like... So no, not just you, don't worry. Oh, welcome in, Clara. Or Sierra. Yeah, welcome in, Sierra. Hi, Songbird. Michelle, those rocking cats are so cute. You're like, stuck in all our heads. Stuck in our heads. All right. About to get a massive storm. I'm so excited. Submitted for the approval of the Porch Pal Society. This is the tale of the spirits of Natchez Trace. Thank you, Shannon. Natchez Trace has a way of looking harmless at first. That was the first thing Leslie said as we pulled onto the parkway just north of Tupelo, the trees closing in on both sides, like a tunnel made of green. She'd grown up in Mississippi, not far from the Trace, and talked about it the way people talk about something that's always been there. I had flown in the day before, still half disoriented from travel, my brain buzzing with that jittery excitement that comes from being somewhere unfamiliar. Thank you, Shannon. Leslie, windows down, music too loud, was joking about how I insisted bringing snacks. As if we were heading into the wilderness instead of a scenic highway. The thing about the Natchez Trace, though, is that it used to be the wilderness. Long before it was a parkway, it was a footpath, a trade route, a migration corridor, a place where entire lives passed through and sometimes ended without record. Native American tribes traveled it for centuries. Later came traders, settlers, soldiers, and so-called cane tucks, walking home after floating goods down the Mississippi River. Many of them never making it back. Leslie told me all of this casually like trivia, as if the road hadn't quietly absorbed every footstep. We planned to spend 2 days driving sections of the trace, stopping at historical markers, walking some of the sunken paths, and maybe, if we felt brave, checking out a few of the places that locals whispered about. Ghost camps, unmarked graves, places where people claimed the woods just felt wrong. At first, it felt peaceful. Too peaceful. Thank you, Spiker Mom. God, he's cute. The trees were tall and close together, filtering out the sunlight. There were long stretches with no other cars, no cell service, and no sound except wind and tires on pavement. Every few miles, there'd be a pull-off with a sign explaining something that had happened there 200 years ago. Our first real stop was a sunken section of the original trace, where centuries of feet had worn the path so deeply into the earth that it sat several feet below the surrounding forest floor. Standing at the top of it, looking down felt like peering into a shallow grave carved by time itself. As we walked, Leslie talked. She always talked when she was nervous, turning history into humor, pointing out how the trees leaned inward. I trailed behind her, taking pictures. Our footsteps echoed, and sometimes it almost felt like there were more steps than just ours, but I just chalked it up to acoustics. Thank you, Shannon, and thank you guys for all the tabs. The first real warning came in the form of something small. At one of the pull-offs near a place locals call the witch dance. I had noticed that there were offerings tucked near the base of the tree. Leslie noticed it too, but we brushed it off, saying people leave weird stuff everywhere now for social media. That night we stayed in a small motel not far from the trace. Nothing fancy. The kind of place where the doors open directly to the parking lot and the ice machine sounds like it's dying. Over takeout, we went through our photos. Most were normal. Trees, trails, signs. But one photo made me pause. It was from the sunken path. Leslie walking ahead of me. The light behind her didn't look right. The shadows seemed thicker than they should have been, pooling unnaturally. I didn't tell Leslie then. The next day we went deeper. We stopped at Rock Spring, then at an old section of the trace known for stories about travelers disappearing. Leslie mentioned the ghost lights people claim to see at night, floating orbs that move just above the tree line. Thank you, Spiker Mom. Sometimes following cars. By late afternoon, we reached a quieter stretch of the road where the forest felt heavier. The air smelled damp, like rain that never quite fell. And that's when we found ourselves near the witch dance clearing. The ground really was dead, a circular patch where nothing grew, stark against the living green around it. Then the wind picked up suddenly, spiraling through the clearing in a way that felt deliberate. The trees creaked, but sound didn't spread. It stayed contained, like the clearing was holding it in. And that's when I felt it. The distinct, unmistakable sense that we were standing somewhere we were not meant to linger. We left shortly after, neither of us saying why. And as dusk settled in, we walked another short trail, one Leslie insisted that she had walked before, but that this time it didn't seem familiar to her at all. She kept hesitating, doubling back. At one point, she stopped walking altogether, and she said that the path felt longer than it should have been. We finally turned around, emerging back at the trailhead just as darkness settled fully in. We were both so relieved. That night back at the motel, neither of us slept well. I dreamed of walking. Not forward, not backward, just walking endlessly. The ground beneath my feet soft and worn, as if thousands of others had passed there before me. I woke up with my legs aching. The twist didn't come until weeks later. Back home, editing photos for a video, I noticed something that made my stomach drop. In multiple photos taken at different locations along the trace, there were shapes in the background. Always just at the edge of the frame, always slightly out of focus. And always positioned as if it were walking alongside us. Then I noticed in every photo where the shapes appeared, Leslie and I were walking in silence. The moments when we were loud, laughing, careless, there was nothing. The trace didn't notice us then. It noticed us when we were walking like travelers, quiet, observant, respectful. Like those who came before. The Natchez Trace doesn't haunt people, it recruits them. And sometimes when I walk alone, I still feel that same sensation, not of being followed, but of being accompanied by something much older than me. Thank you, Shannon. And that's the tale of the Natchez Trace. Thank you so much, Jessie. Yeah, Sparkles, it should already be on there. I'm not sure why it's not. It must take a couple days for that website to catch up. because they're all linked through the same feed. Like I post it one place and it goes to all of those. So I'm not really sure why it's not up there yet. All right, you guys, the next poll is ready. And if you're new here, welcome in. My name is Devin, and this is Porch Lore. And I tell spooky bedtime stories to help you relax your nervous system and fall asleep. And I'm here from 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time until about 1 in the morning. And the next poll is ready, and we have the overnight delivery, the goat man. Oh, hold on, I have a stupid puzzle piece. I hate this so much. Aw, thank you, Fat Bottom Girl. All right, we have the overnight delivery. That was so cute. Prairie Cooper. Oh, Sparkles, that one's not new. That one's really old. So that one would be far back in the stories. That one's months old. Oh my God, Desert Tom, Michelle, thanks. All right, we have overnight delivery, the goat man, the deer woman, the hitchhiker, and the Flatwoods monster. And you can vote in the blue box in the top left-hand corner. And you can vote for 50 times and more than one story. Michelle, thanks for showing the deer woman some love. Thank you, Eric. And yes, Venus is bright this time of year. She was just in conjunction with the moon last week. And the winner is the Flatwoods Monster. Also, while I'm getting the next story ready, if you guys could do me a big favor and hit that share arrow in the bottom right hand corner. And if you've done it, you can undo it and redo it. If you hit the yellow circle with the 2 arrows chasing each other that says repost, that puts my live into your friend's FYP. And if you undo it and redo it, it just helps the algorithm reset and remember that we're here, and it helps us grow our beautiful porch. Good night, Lily. Sweet dreams. And I will be right back with the tale of the Flatwoods Monster. And Glinda, this is about our average number of people. Hi, Joanne. Glinda, I love that you do that. You're so cute. I love you, Glinda. I'm good, Joanne. How are you? And also grab a beanbag chair, grab a hammock, sit back and relax. Check out the shooting stars in the sky. We've made it to the middle of the week. Only 2 more days to go till the weekend. Welcome to the porch. As I always say, there is always room for one more on the porch. So sit back and relax. Happy Wednesday, and I'll be right back. With the tale of the Flatwoods Monster. Oh my God. Oh my God. Fat bottom girl. Oh my God. Oh my God. That space kid, that was the cutest. Oh my God, fat bottom girl. I am going to watch that 100 times on the replay. You found the mashup. Oh my God. These mashups are so cute. Thank you. You're right, Jada. Oh my God. Did everybody see that adorable little kitty in his space outfit and the heart floating upside down, all excited? Oh my God. Yeah, he wins the prize. His little face. Did you guys see the smile? He was like, me, and he's like floating upside down, and it lasted so long. Oh my God, that was so cute. Thank you, Fat Bob. You guys, these mashups tonight have been so cute, and they've been making my night because I'm super tired tonight, and they've really been just like, oh my God, you guys are the best. Thank you so much. I made your cat jump because I went meow. Yeah, see, I told you I'm a cat whisperer. I told you guys. I went meow, and your cat was like, what? What does she want? The way I described it. You should see the way I describe when I get the baby snow leopard Lily one. I'm obsessed with her. She's so cute. Like all of these are so cute. Lovely, the Flatwoods Monster one. The Flatwoods Monster one. Oh, you can't find it, Sparkle Trees? Okay, huh. Before the live's over, I'll find out what it's titled for you on, okay? Because like the titles of the videos are search engine optimization titles, so it's not like the actual title of the story, you know what I mean? So usually the picture's the same, so it's easy for people to find it because it's the same exact picture. But if you're not able to find that picture, I'll help you. I'll figure out what it's called so you can like or I can maybe even tell you like what page it's on or something, you know what I mean? But it should be that same picture. Oh, but you don't know what the picture looks like, do you? I gotcha. Okay. I'll figure it out. I'll help you figure it out. Oh yeah, I was Poodle. I was talking to a duck. I need to clip that because that was like, yeah, that was like my animal whispering in live real time to show all you guys. Because the duck was like, lovely. Are your ears turned on? Flatwoods Monster one. Oh, what story? Oh. I was like, damn, what is she doing? Oh, the story they're talking about over on YT is what's it called? Jade's story, The Hide Behind. Yeah, well, because she asked one story, she's like, I missed it. And usually Lovely doesn't miss anything. She's usually like so on top of it. I was like so shocked that she missed it. And then she said, what was the story? And I thought she missed it. I was like, damn, Lovely, what is she doing tonight? Because she is usually like right on it. She answers everyone's questions. And she's always like, yeah. Thanks, Lovely. You're the best. What did she say? Wait, where'd it go? Hi, Ghost Dancer. I just missed a comment. Hold on. Oh, Live, Laugh, Love. Congrats on your presentation. All of the stories that, by the way, I'd like to point out something. She just wrote, okay, I'd just like to point out something. First of all of the stories that Lovely requested tonight, that she pulled out of obscurity to request so that we had different stories for a change, they all won. Can I just point that out? Lovely, all of your stories won tonight, the ones you requested. I almost did the knee slap. Second of all, I'm glad, Ghost Dancer. That makes me so happy. That's the goal here. I'm telling you, it works. I'm telling you. And then she just flew over to YT and she wrote, I'm Lovely. I've come to help. She's the cutest. I can't handle it. I love her so much. And she messaged me today and offered to help me with Discord. I just love her. And so Jade, somebody named Sparkle Tree, was asking about your story over on YT and is not able to find it over on Shmamazon Music, but they all have the same titles. I copy and paste it and it's all routed from my Audify. So it should have the same title and have the same picture. So I'm just trying to figure out how to help Sparkle Tree find that story because she's interested in hearing how you hurt your foot. She's interested now. She's invested in the foot hurting. All right, I'll be right back with the Flatwoods Monster. Right, Shannon, I have to say something because I'm not allowed to say the actual name. So I'm like, Shmamazon, Odify. Rachel said, yeah, I just did. Oh my God. Thank you, Michelle. Aww. And thanks, Spooky Scary Sherry. I've never seen that audience one, Michelle. There you go. Submitted for the approval of the Porch Pal Society. This is the tale of the Flatwoods Monster. Thank you, lovely. Could you put that? I just realized that she's on T-Witch, not YT. So I'll figure it out. She's on T-Witch. I feel bad now. Thank you. Sparkle Tree, Lovely's coming over to you on Discord right now. She's going to help. Or not Discord, T-Witch. I'm sorry. I keep getting all the mixed up. Sparkle. Did you share it, Lovely? Thank you, guys. Lovely really is amazing. Shout out to Lovely. She's the real MVP. And she's just literally a lovely person. So her name actually is like, couldn't be more accurate. But she's not like the fake kind of lovely where you're like, is she even a real person? She's lovely in the best possible way. She's real as hell and she's just lovely. She's just lovely. You found it? Yay, Sparkles. Thank you, Lovely. She found it. We did it. We did it. And weird. Yeah, and she's weird like me. That's why I love her. All right. We fixed that problem for Sparkle Tree thanks to Lovely. And now we're ready to go. Thank you guys for all the adorable mashups and gifts tonight. You guys have no idea how much it means to me. It really helps more than you realize, and you guys are the best. Yeah, mission accomplished. Thanks, Lovely. Submitted for the approval of the Porch Pals Society. This is the tale of the Flatwoods Monster. It was the evening of September 12th, 1952. In the quiet rural town of Flatwoods, West Virginia. A place where the Appalachian Mountains rose like ancient sentinels, cloaked in dense forests and shrouded mists. The air was crisp, carrying the faint scent of pine and damp earth. And the first hints of autumn were beginning to paint the leaves in shades of gold and crimson. Flatwoods was a small, tight-knit community, a place where everyone knew everyone, where life had moved at the pace of the seasons, and where the night sky was so dark and vast that it felt like you could fall into it. But on this particular evening, something strange and terrifying would descend upon Flatwoods. Something that would leave the townsfolk shaken to their core and spark a mystery that endures to this day. This is the story of the Flatwoods Monster, a tale of fear, curiosity, and the unknown, as told through the declassified records of the CIA and the vivid memories of those who witnessed it. To understand the Flatwoods Monster, you must first understand the people who encountered it. Flatwoods was a town of farmers, miners, and factory workers. Hard-working, salt-of-the-earth folks who valued practicality over fantasy. Among them were a group of boys aged 10 to 17 who were out playing near the local schoolhouse that evening. There was Edward May, a 13-year-old with a curious mind and a love of adventure. His brother, Fred May, 12, who was more cautious but equally intrigued. And their friends, Tommy Heyer, 10, and Neil Nunley, 14. They were ordinary kids, the kind who spent their days exploring the woods, playing baseball, and dreaming of the future. Also present that evening was Kathleen May, Edward and Fred's mother, a strong-willed woman in her 40s who had seen her share of hardships but always faced them with determination. And then there was Eugene Lemon, a 17-year-old National Guardsman who was home on leave, a young man with a sense of duty and a level head. These were the people who would soon find themselves at the center of one of the most bizarre and chilling encounters in American history. It all began just after sunset around 7:15. The boys were playing near the schoolhouse when they noticed a strange light in the sky. It was a bright reddish-orange object moving slowly and silently across the horizon before disappearing behind a hill. The boys were intrigued, but not overly alarmed. After all, it was the early 1950s, a time when reports of flying saucers and UFOs were becoming increasingly common. But then, something happened that changed everything. As the boys watched, the object seemed to land in a field on the farm of G. Bailey Fisher just outside of town. They ran to Kathleen May's house, bursting with excitement. Kathleen, ever the practical woman, grabbed an inadequate flashlight and decided to investigate. She was joined by Eugene Lemon, who just happened to be visiting her. And the group set off into the gathering darkness. The night was cool and still. The only sounds, the crunch of gravel underfoot and the occasional rustle of leaves in the breeze. The group made their way up a steep hill, their flashlights cutting through the gloom. As they reached the top, they noticed a strange pungent odor, a metallic sulfurous smell that made their eyes water and their throats burn. It was unlike anything they had ever encountered. Suddenly, Eugene Lemon's inadequate flashlight caught something in the distance. A pair of glowing red eyes, hovering about 10 feet off the ground. The group froze, their hearts pounding as they stared in disbelief. The figure began to move toward them. It was tall, at least 10 feet high, with a round, hooded head that seemed to glow with an eerie greenish light. Its body was dark and humanoid, with long, spindly arms that ended in claw-like hands. But the most terrifying feature was its face. A pair of glowing red eyes that seemed to pierce through the darkness, and a mouth that was shaped like a wide, menacing slit. The creature let out a hissing sound, and the group turned and ran. Stumbling down the hill in a blind panic, Kathleen May later described the experience as the most terrifying moment of her life. Eugene Lemon, who had been at the front of the group, was so frightened that he fainted and had to be carried back to the house. The group returned to the May household shaken and pale. Kathleen called the local sheriff, who arrived with a deputy to investigate. By then, word of the sighting had spread, and a crowd of curious neighbors had gathered. The sheriff and his deputy, armed with flashlights and shotguns, made their way up the hill to the spot where the creature had been seen. They found nothing but the lingering smell of sulfur and a few disturbed patches of grass. The next day, the story made headlines in the local newspaper, the Braxton Democrat. In Flatwoods, the sighting sparked a mix of excitement and fear. Some people were thrilled by the idea of extraterrestrial visitors, while others were deeply unsettled. The local newspaper was flooded with letters and phone calls, some from people claiming to have seen the creature themselves, others demanding answers. And soon, reporters from across the country were descending on Flatwoods, West Virginia. The town became a hub of activity, with investigators, UFO enthusiasts, and curious onlookers flocking to the scene. Among them was A. Lee Stewart Jr., the co-owner of the Braxton Democrat, who interviewed the witnesses and published a detailed account of the incident. The story also caught the attention of the U.S. government, which was already investigating reports of UFOs as part of Project Blue Book. The CIA, which had a keen interest in UFO sightings during the Cold War, also took note of the incident. Declassified records from the CIA reveal that the Flatwoods Monster was considered a highly credible case, with multiple witnesses and physical evidence. Over the years, numerous theories have been proposed to explain the Flatwoods Monster. Some believe it was an extraterrestrial being, a visitor from another world. Others think it might have been a misidentified animal such as an owl or a large bird, or even a piece of space debris that had fallen to Earth. The strange odor and the glowing eyes have led some to speculate that the creature was a form of plasma or ball lightning, a rare and poorly understood phenomenon. But for the people of Flatwoods, the explanation was simple. They had encountered something otherworldly, something that defied explanation. The incident left a lasting impression on the town, and to this day, the Flatwoods Monster is a source of both pride and unease. Every year, the town hosts the Flatwoods Monster Festival, a celebration of the strange and the unknown. The Flatwoods Monster remains one of the most compelling and chilling UFO encounters in history. Despite numerous investigations and theories, no one has ever been able to definitively explain what witnesses saw on that fateful night in 1952. And as you sit under the vast Appalachian sky, listening to the rustle of leaves and feeling the cool breeze on your skin, it's easy to imagine what it must have been like to see those glowing red eyes for the first time. For the people of Flatwoods, the creature was a source of wonder and mystery, a reminder that even in the most ordinary places, the extraordinary can happen. And that's the tale of the Flatwoods Monster. Thank you, Chubbs. I appreciate that so much. Heather, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the porch. Really lovely. I didn't even know there was auto modding on there. That's ridiculous. Yeah, did you look her up? She's pretty. The mom was pretty. Oh, thanks, Linda. You're so sweet. Yes, thank you guys for all the tapping. It's made such a difference tonight. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. And you guys know what time it is. It's grilled cheese time. Yes, Kim, get it, girl. Get it, girl. Gold medal for Kim. Lovely, that's so cute. Wait, what is that? I'll be right back. Oh, hi, Wolf King. Okay. All right, you guys, I will be right back with the tale of the night shift at Sycamore Diner. And grab a beanbag chair, grab a hammock, sit back and relax, and welcome to the porch. And if you are enjoying yourself, please give me a follow. So if you fall off the porch, you can find us again. Also, I do write and record all of these stories myself. So if you want to listen to them when I'm not live, you can find them on my YT channel, as well as all of the podcast streaming sites. Just look for Porch Lore and you will find me. And all of the links are in my bio. Hi, Tommy. Thank you, Holly, for all the cozy cryptids. Justin. Submitted for the approval of the Porch Pal Society. This is the tale of the night shift at Sycamore Diner. Let's go beehive hairdo. Oh my God, Shannon, thank you for the jungle blitzies. Thank you. God, I love him. Ghost Dancer, thanks for the cozy cryptid. Hi, Rachel. Yes, Jade's daughter, beehive hair too. Hi, Puerto Rican Shorty. Welcome back. I'm not usually the kind of person who pulls over on back roads at night. Not unless I absolutely have to. But that night, something about the storm, the long drive, and that growling pit in my stomach convinced me otherwise. I was hungry. It was late October, and I was headed back to campus after a weekend visit with my friends in North Carolina. I had a midterm on Monday, and my plan had been to drive straight through, 5 hours, no stops. But then came the rain. One of those cold, slanted, whispery rains that creeps into your bones. It makes the windshield wipers sound like a heartbeat. Justin. I had taken the wrong exit, trying to bypass traffic, and I ended up on a 2-lane back road. Surrounded by nothing but pine trees and power lines. Hi, CJ. And that's when I saw the neon sign. SYCAMRE. The O in sycamore was flickering like it hadn't worked right in years. But the rest was lit up in a cherry red neon. A tiny beacon in the middle of nowhere. I figured I'd grab a quick bite, maybe some coffee, check my map, and get back on the highway. But I should have just kept driving. I should have known something was off the second I stepped inside. The bell over the door jingled, but not like a normal bell. It made this sharp metallic ping that echoed longer than it should have. The air inside was warm, almost too warm, and it smelled like grilled onions and pancake syrup. The place looked like it had been yanked straight from 1957. Checkerboard floor, red vinyl booths, a long counter with spinning stools, even a jukebox in the corner that looked like it hadn't worked in decades. And the people, they all stopped and looked at me the second I walked in. Not in a rude way, just quiet, like they weren't expecting me. Like I'd walked into the middle of a sentence that no one wanted to finish. A waitress, tall, with a beehive hairdo, and a light blue uniform smiled and waved me over. "You get caught in the rain, sweetheart," she said, handing me a laminated menu. I nodded, still trying to shake off that weird feeling. "Yeah, the highway's a mess." She chuckled and patted my shoulder. "Well, you're safe here. Sycamore's always open for travelers." I sat down at a corner booth and the vinyl creaked, and I remember the jukebox shifted songs by itself. It started playing some slow doo-wop ballad that I didn't recognize. I looked around and everyone looked normal, sort of. There was a trucker with a thick gray beard drinking coffee at the counter. A young couple whispering to each other in a booth by the jukebox. And an older woman stirring tea like she was lost in thought. But they all had the same look in their eye, like they were there but also somewhere else. Like they were watching me out of the corner of their eyes even when they were looking down. The waitress came back with coffee, strong, hot, and surprisingly good. And I ordered a grilled cheese with fries. Simple, safe. She wrote it down with one of those clicky pens and said, "Don't worry, it's on the house tonight." And that was my second red flag. No diner just gives food away. While I waited, I took out my phone to check the map. No signal. And I mean nothing. No bars, no Wi-Fi, not even GPS. Just a blank screen with a spinning wheel. I glanced out the foggy window and the storm was still going. But now, the wind had picked up, and I could see the power lines swaying like jump ropes in the dark. "Hi, Vin. Hi, Vin." But the diner stayed perfectly lit. Not even a flicker. "I love you, Vin." The food came fast. Too fast. Like under 5 minutes. But it looked amazing. Golden bread, gooey cheese, crispy fries with a little metal cup of ketchup on the side. I took a bite. Delicious. I mean, I've eaten at a lot of diners, greasy spoons, college joints, and roadside shacks, but this was hands down the best grilled cheese I've ever had. The fries were perfect. And the coffee never ran out. Every time I took a sip, it was somehow full again. I was halfway through the sandwich when the trucker got up to leave. He walked right past my table, nodded once, and whispered, "Don't stay past midnight." That's all he said. Just that. What? But he was already out the door. The waitress gave me a tight smile and walked over collecting his empty mug. "Old Earl, he's always saying weird stuff. Just ignore him." But I couldn't. Something about his voice stuck with me. Something about the way he looked at me, not like I was a customer, but like I was in danger. I checked the clock over the register. 11:42. I figured I had just enough time to finish my fries, grab the check, and head out. I still had at least 3 hours left on the road. But when I stood up, the lights flickered. Just once, and then again. And then, everything in the diner stopped moving. The couple by the jukebox froze mid-sentence. The woman with the tea stopped stirring, her spoon hanging in midair. The waitress, her hand reached out for a mug, just stopped. Like someone hit pause on the entire scene. I took a step back. Good night, Tracy. I took a step back and the jukebox buzzed, glitched, and restarted a new track. I could still move, but no one else could. And then I heard it. Not music, not a storm, a voice. Not coming from anyone I could see. Just a whisper that seemed to echo from the walls. I backed toward the door, my heart hammering in my chest. I turned the knob, locked. Of course it was locked. I tried the windows, they were sealed shut. I started banging on the glass and shouting, but no one was outside. Just the wind and the rain and that flickering red sign. SYCAMRE. I turned back toward the dining room, and everyone was gone. Not frozen anymore, just gone. The booths were empty. No plates, no crumbs, no mugs. No sign that anyone had ever even been there. Except for my plate, still warm and still half eaten. Good night, Glinda. And then I saw the waitress. She was standing by the kitchen doors, her silhouette backlit by flickering fluorescent light. Her face was wrong. The same smile, but her eyes were empty, black and endless, like someone had painted over them. You shouldn't be here, honey, she said in that same cheerful voice. Not yet. I stumbled back, knocking over a chair, as she took one slow step toward me. The others, they were waiting, but you just wandered in. She raised a hand, and the walls began to shimmer. Literally, shimmer, like heat waves on asphalt. The checkered floor rippled and the red booths started to fade, becoming outlines and then shadows and then nothing. And then I saw it. Underneath the illusion, it was charred wood, cracked tile, broken beams, and black soot. Like the diner had burned down long ago. I ran. I don't even remember how I got out. 1 second I was inside, and the next, I was on the side of the road, soaked to the bone and gasping for air. My car was still there, parked on gravel that didn't even look like a lot anymore. Just weeds and puddles. No neon sign, no glowing windows, just nothing. I drove back to campus that night in silence. No music, no Porch Lore podcast. I kept glancing in the rearview mirror, half expecting to see that red neon flicker back to life. I didn't tell anyone. Not for weeks. Not until I finally looked up Sycamore Diner on a local history site and I found it. Burned to the ground in 1972. A gas leak. The whole place went up at midnight. Everyone inside was killed. 5 patrons, a waitress, and a cook. The photo in the article? Same checkerboard floor. Same red boots. Same neon sign. SYCAMORE. And in the corner of the photo, that same waitress, smiling. I never took that back road again. I don't even drive at night anymore if I can help it. And every time I see a neon diner sign, something in me flinches just a little. Because I know I was there. And I know I wasn't supposed to be. But the part that keeps me up sometimes, the part that really makes my stomach turn, that was the best damn grilled cheese I've ever had. And I didn't even pay for it. And that's the tale of the night shift at Sycamore Diner. I'm glad you found the story, Mandy, Sparkle Tree. And with that, you guys, I will bid you guys good night. Thank you for the follow, Florida Trunker Man. Welcome to the porch. Happy Wednesday, you guys. I had a lot of fun with you guys today on the 3 lives that I had today. And I'm exhausted. I love you guys so much. I'll see you guys again tomorrow, same time, same place. 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And don't forget, stay spooky.